Hello, everyone. This is Sandee June. I'm a Texas country artist, and you're listening to the Backstage Pass podcast on the home of the Grand Ole Opry, WSM 650 AM.
And welcome inside the Backstage Pass, another Sunday morning right here, home of the Grand Ole Opry, WSM AM 650, every Sunday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. right there, too. Get up, drink some coffee, and worship the Lord. You know, we always say go to church. That's worship day, too, and I love doing that and putting the power in his hands to make it a great day. Appreciate you starting our day with you guys listening to us here on WSM AM 650. So appreciate you starting your day with us here. And, of course, we can also be heard out there on the digital apps, including iHeart, TuneIn, WSM mobile app, and, of course, WSMradio.com. Like I always say every Sunday, got a great one for you here, too, and a song that you guys have to hear that came out shortly back there around Memorial Day and now has definitely turned into one of her golden tunes out there. Miss Sandee June joining us here on the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Sandee, how you doing?
Hello, Brandon. I'm doing great. And hello out there, WSM world.
It's a lot of fun, no doubt, too. Once we got the announcement, I think I had deer in the headlight look, and then it was kind of like, you know what? Hey, welcome to the big leagues. Game on right there. It's fun.
That's right.
Excited about it. But, hey, tell us about this one, too, because you've been working hard on this one called Rolling Strong. And I was kind of, no pun intended, but rolling around Nashville in a car during CMA week, this past year, and looking back at it, got to play it for a lot of people in the industry, a lot of executives, people in the music business. Heard great feedback on this song, played it for my business partner, Alan Price, who's my managing partner and talent coordinator with the show. This song had a lot of work went into it, and I know we did some clips and breaks and things like that for different times on the show, the Keith Whitley event, and talked about it. But what a song, and I know so far, ever since it's come out, Rolling Strong has done well for you.
Yes, thank you very much. This song has actually been about 2.5 years in the making. I co-wrote this song with a good friend of mine. She is the founder and executive director of Wheelchairs for Warriors here in Galveston County. They're a nonprofit organization that makes high-tech wheelchairs for our wounded veterans. And anyone that is interested or would like to check out their website, a portion of the proceeds of this song goes to that organization, and that is wheelchairsforwarriors.org. But her and I, Crystal Larimore is her name, we finally sat down and committed to writing this song. It started out to be an anthem song for her organization, but now it's for America. It is for our veterans. It's for our first responders. It's for our law enforcement. It's for all of our hardworking, God-fearing American citizens. And patriotism, God and my family run through my veins, so it's very near and dear to my heart, this song, and I hope it touches the rest of the world the way it does us. So it's available anywhere, and we're getting a lot of good response out of it. I was just in Spring last weekend at an antique shop, and Ed pulled the YouTube video up for this lady in the shop, and she just started bawling. She said, this is such a moving song, and what a great time for this song to come out. It came out right at Memorial Day, on Memorial Day, actually the day before. And then we've got, July 4th, and, it is an election year. So people, emotions are running strong right now about America. So it's just a perfect song and perfect timing.
Well, I'm going to use the phrase from the song, Toby Keith, this one's for you. We're going to play it right here on WSM, the home of the Grand Ole Opry, Sandee June and Rolling Strong, sending it out to everybody out there who is important, our law enforcement, our first responders, and everybody that talks a lot about patriotism. So, Toby, this is from you, from Sandee June here on WSM AM 650, the home of the Grand Ole Opry. It's the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com.
America has her problems, but America has her dreams. She's the land of many freedoms. She's the land of anything. Rolling strong with the sunset. Rolling strong with a red, white checks for you and me. Our boys turned into men, defending this country we live in. We're rolling strong with the sunset. We're rolling strong with the red, white, and blue. Wheel by wheel we'll roll on slowly, while our warriors fight for you. Down the highways and byways, and the farm to market roads, our flag is proudly waving. From the farmlands to the coast, we're rolling strong with the sunset. We're rolling strong with the red, white, and blue. Wheel by wheel we'll roll on slowly. Toby Keith, this one's for you. Wheel by wheel we'll roll on slowly, while our warriors fight for you.
Hey y'all, this is Terry McBride and you're listening to The Backstage Pass on WSM Radio.
The Kate and Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thekateandgordonshow.com. Again, that is thekateandgordonshow.com.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And, of course, another Sunday morning right here, the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com, a grand slam of music and sports and many ways to listen to the show out there, too, for you guys out there in radio podcast land, too, at the same time. Can I hear it every Sunday morning right here on WSM, 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. And, of course, the digital apps out there, iHeart, TuneIn, WSM mobile app, and WSMradio.com. Of course, every night you listen to the Opry there on the oldest radio station for country music out there, too. You hear a great lineup. And if you've never been to the Opry, make sure you guys get your tickets and check out opry.com. Back here with Miss Sandee June on WSM AM 650, the home of the Grand Ole Opry here. And I love this song. You mentioned how just important it is, but we're into that election year. And no, I don't talk politics on this show, but Rolling Strong, a fantastic song. And I love when you put in there, when you said, Toby Keith, this one's for you, because what an impact, Sandee, he had on country music.
He did. He was one of America's #1 patriots. And I think coming up right behind him now is Jason Aldean. So maybe, but it is a good line. And I've gotten a lot of good, response about that too. So I'm glad I didn't know if I should or shouldn't, but we did. Mm-hmm. We wound up putting that in there, and I'm so glad we did.
I love the lyric. It always catches it. No doubt about it. Whiskey Us Away. This was in 2023. We'll go back and talk about a couple of previously released singles before Rolling Strong. This had to be one of your favorites out there to record. And I love the feel of this one too, because anything with whiskey, you got my attention.
That's right. Well, yeah, that was okay. So Chris Rogge Fisher, a good friend of mine, she actually wrote that song, and she had pitched it to me, pitched actually several songs prior to that to me. And, you know, I've got to feel it, and I've got to be emotionally attached to the song before I commit myself to it. And whenever, you know, I heard that when she had sent me an email saying, okay, if you don't like this one, I give up. And I heard that song and I knew right away I had to go to the studio and record that, because it's something we can all relate to. And I don't think there's probably a family out there that hasn't had a problem in some kind of way, shape, or fashion where alcohol may have kind of messed up or, you know, caused a little problem in their family. So that's what this song is about, and in redemption of it. So.
You know, you've been doing this thing called music for a long time. Talk about maybe some of the things that fans don't see behind the scenes, some of the challenges that you have to go through as an artist to just continue to put song after song and just have success in this industry.
I think one of the most challenging aspects of this is in the writing, because I'm always thinking about what do people want to hear? What words are going to move people? And I try to keep my writing based on experience or what's dear to my heart, because we all have similarities, we all have differences. So I know there's someone out there that is probably going to relate. I try not, I know there's a lot of funny and fun songs out there, and that's great, but I am a very, you know, I guess emotional person, and I like to write about things that mean stuff to people, and it's going to really touch them. That's one of the hardest things for me. It's just trying to put things in the right words that are going to move people. I want someone, when they hear it, I want them to go, wow, you know.
Let's talk about another one too, which was one of my favorites out there, last year's single, Honky Tonk Angels. I just love the title of that too, because it really resonates country music.
That's right. That was an old song by Kitty Wells, and I just loved it so much. And I had to go to the studio and just do my own cut of that. And I love the way it turned out. So if you're an old Kitty Wells fan, you like Honky Tonk Angels, you're going to love it.
Love me some Kitty Wells. And I'll tell you this, I still love listening to, like I said, that WSM app, and of course the Every Night at the Opry I mentioned there too. Got a chance to go a couple times this year, being in Nashville for some events that we had done for Keith Whitley Memorial Show, and of course the big Toby Keith a fundraiser we did back in March of this year during CRS. But I think that old school sound, your sound, kind of like, you know, the music you put out, and you look at artists like Lainey doing her thing now today, just being on fire, and Ashley McBride, Carly Pierce, Ashley Cook, Hannah Ellis. The names go on and on. I think it's a great thing for a little bit of that 90s kind of country flavor to be coming back at this point, right? Yes,
absolutely. And I just love classic country. That's, you know, I don't know, that runs in my blood too. So I love that 90s and old classic country. I love me some Merle Haggard and Waylon and Loretta and Patsy. So I try to hang on to that and sing. And just like they did, they sang about life and stories and things that people related to. And I just love that.
Now, those ladies I mentioned, give me some thoughts on the girl power movement right now in country music too, because I love this. And hey, anybody like Lainey Wilson walking home with Entertainer of the Year is just a huge stamp for the industry right now.
Absolutely. She's paving the way for some women out there. I tell you what, I'm so proud of her. I am so proud of her. I don't know. I mean, she got in there at the right time, the right place, the right everything, and she is the real deal. I love how country she is, and I love what she's doing for other female artists out there.
Yeah, her new album comes out there in August called Whirlwind. Make sure you guys check that out across all the streaming platforms out there too. And some great songs off there. Got to see her play on the big stage at Nissan Stadium there too, along with Jelly Roll. One of those Saturday nights we were there during CMA Fest. If you've never been to CMA Fest, you got to go in 2025 because it's always fun out there to go for that week. Trouble Train. We got to talk about this one here back in 2022.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. You know, we were talking about how, you know, alcohol can hit certain families pretty hard. It can also be, you know, fun and social. But I wrote that song. Ed and I wrote that song in the music room one night. And we were just kind of playing around, and that song evolved. Well, it was about a year later, you know, something personal happened in my family. So that song really, again, you know, it hit home with me. And made the song even come to life more. And so I have a big emotional attachment to that song. And I think a lot of other people will too if they hear it.
Well, I tell you, time to play another one here. You're going to feel this one too. You're going to know this one too. It's a classic from Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty, and it's done well for Miss Sandee June out there too. And I love listening to this ever since I was growing up as a kid back in the 80s and 90s. My dad would put that on that radio station out there, and we'd sing it. Of course, old vinyl records, and some of the kids listening, what's vinyl? Well, hey, you know what? It's still going strong. And vinyl's making a comeback right now. It's After the Fire Is Gone from Sandee June out there too. Her version of it here on WSM, the home of the Grand Ole Opry here. Sandee June, crank it up.
The clock just now struck 10. Oh, darling, I had to call you to our favorite place again. We know it's wrong for us to meet, but the fire's gone out at home, and there's nothing cold as ashes after the fire is gone. Love is where you'll find it when you find no love at home, and there's nothing cold as ashes after the fire is gone.
Hey y'all, this is T. Graham Brown, and you're listening to Backstage Pass right here on WSM Radio, baby.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
And you can always check us out. That's when we record right there, the spot talked about there. But, of course, the digital apps out there, iHeart, TuneIn, WSM mobile app, and, of course, WSMradio.com out there, too. Hear us worldwide as we feature a different artist every week out there kicking some tail in country music. And this week, no different, is Sandee June out there with her song Rolling Strong. And that one, too, After the Fire Is Gone. And I can't remember a day where I turned on that great radio station out there that played all that classic country. And you put a great spin on this. And, man, this has done well for you on YouTube.
Yes, it has. A very unexpected do well, because I actually recorded this prior. I think I recorded this back in 2020. Yeah, 2020. It was one of my first 3 songs I ever recorded. And this came out long before Loretta Lynn passed away. So I don't know where all the activity is coming from, but it's getting a lot of traction on YouTube. And getting a lot of spins out there. And I'm really proud of this song. I love me some Loretta Lynn, though, too. So I love her story. I used to lay in bed at night with my grandmother, and we'd watch Coal Miner's Daughter, at least once or twice a month, a minimum of once a month. We'd watch that movie. It was just so good. So I knew I had to do that one.
But I love me some Conway Twitty, and I think Conway was part of my childhood. Every time he came on the radio, you knew it was his voice, Sandee.
That's right. That's right. They're definitely icons, and you knew who they were when their music came on. I love them both.
Oh, just great. And like I said, I just missed every day. God rest their souls, no doubt. I love, speaking of souls, you put out a great song too that I got a chance to check out a while back when you put it out. I think it was September of 2022, if my math was correct, or the date. So at least I remember that. But I love this one too, and I actually listen to it again as of today, and at least once a week. But you know, music feeds our souls, and this one here, music fed my soul. I think this was just a great track, and there's some great writing in this song, because this really talks about, again, how country music shaped all of us too, and who we grew up listening to impacted this song.
That's right. Exactly. This is a very dear song to me too, because to me, it's where music came from, and it's what helped shape me and mold me into the person I am today. There's not a song out there that if I listen to, there's a memory, a moment attached to it. You know, I can tell you exactly where I was and what I was doing when that song touched me or moved me. So, you know, there's always a memory attached to a song, and music does feed my soul. So that's, you know, this song is about what music did for me and has done for me.
All right, now, I love me some Houston, Texas. I'm an Astros fan, not so much Texans, but I will watch baseball. I was just there a few weeks back when the Astros played the Rangers at the Minute Maid Park. And so I love Houston, but I also love your rendition of your song, Too Many Hearts in Houston. Talk about that one for everybody listening out there.
Absolutely. So Too Many Hearts in Houston was written by Ed's dad's best friend. He's 87 years old, and he has an arsenal of songs that he's wrote over his years. He's an old rodeo guy, funny songs, emotional songs, but every song he's written has been a memory for him. It's been an experience or a memory. It's a true story. So, and none of them are written on paper. So we recorded him singing several songs one day. And this one, I said, I would like to go record this for him. He doesn't have any songs he's ever recorded. He's never, you know, he sings, plays the guitar. So this is a song he wrote. And I was so happy and proud and honored to have released this as a single to radio.
That's a beautiful song, no doubt, too. And I love, again, the spin on the music out there, the feel of that 90s country feel out there, too, with all the songs. Another one you did, I think it was back in 2022, was Homemade Remedy. And for folks that haven't heard this one, too, it's available for streaming out there across all the DSPs, the digital streaming platforms. How did this one come about?
Absolutely. This is it's kind of funny. There's, you know, I guess a little controversy about this song, but it's another memory of growing up. And, you know, back in the day, we had a lot of homemade remedies. You know, I used to give paregoric for colic to babies, or rub it on their gums, and rub whiskey on their gums. You know, they don't do any of that now anymore. So this song evolved about how I grew up in homemade remedies, and, you know, going to church on Sunday with my grandmother, and another memory song growing up, and just things that we don't really see and do anymore. We do, but I don't know. It's just different. Things are different.
Things are different now too. I wish I could have, like you said, for colic and things like that, I wish I could have put some whiskey out there. Wife would have probably killed me too when she was literally going through that.
We all survived. Look at us. We're still here.
We did too. I remember an old remedy that she had too. She would actually make like just iced tea, like use those Lipton tea bags, and she'd put them in the microwave with her water. Now, we're not talking about city water. We're talking about well water. She had a Culligan pump out there too, which was the freshwater pump out there too. But I told her, I said, still at 44, I guess something was right too, because she used to have that funny wang in her tea when you drank it or something like that too. I said, well, I drank it all my life in most of my 30s and 40s. And look at me now. It was a homemade remedy. The water was fine.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with a homemade remedy. So that's a fun song. It's, you know, it takes you back kind of song.
It does, no doubt. Hey, another one we just lost, another late great, man. I'd say it just seems like I miss him so much. But I got a chance to talk to William Lee Golden there at the Sunday morning country event that we broadcast during CMA week on that Sunday, which we got a chance to worship the Lord and have a good time out there at the Opry and go backstage. But William Lee came by, and of course I knew at the time Joe Bonsel's health was not doing very well too. And, you know, definitely losing one of the great ones in country music. But for everybody knows how many times they stepped on the Opry stage and then touring together as the Oak Ridge Boys for 50 years. Talk about just the impact Joe had on you, growing up as a young artist, and just the Oak Ridge Boys in general.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. I mean, it's just, a classic memory, their music, everything. Lots of memories attached to all their music. Good times. Good times. That's all I can say is good times, good memories, good everything. A classic.
Yep. Joe's singing in heaven right now too, no doubt about it. And I love it so much there because, again, I just cannot commend those greats for doing what they did out there to really just pave the way for the young artists today too, and artists to just rising in general, that the Oak Ridge Boys were in everyone's life too. And when you turn on the radio, you knew what Elvira and all those songs were about out there.
The harmony from them, the harmony.
Oh man, just that harmony was crazy too. Let's look into, I guess, the future now. You've got some new projects you're working on too at the same time. So tell everybody, after Rolling Strong, of course, what's coming up next, because I know musicians never rest on their laurels. There's always something coming out of the next, whether it be a full-length album or an EP or another single. Talk to us about that.
Absolutely. I'm working on an EP right now. I've got about 5 new singles that few I've got to go back to the studio and do my vocals on, but got about 5 new singles that I'm working on right now. An EP coming out after the first of the year. And I've got another patriotic song I'm going to release. I did record 2, and this next one I'm going to save till next Memorial Day. So in this one, I'll give you a little hint. It's called Red. R.E.D. but it stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. So it's going to come out next Memorial Day, and it's if you like the Rolling Strong, you're really going to like this one.
All right. If you've never been a musician, and we probably asked you this in the past, but always fun to catch up with the new listeners, what other career path would Sandee June have taken?
Well, I actually do have another career path, but my original, what I really am, I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse now for, I guess, 28 years, something like that. But if I weren't a nurse and I weren't doing music, I would love to be an actress. That's what I always thought, that's what I'm going to be when I grow up. I'm going to be an actress. I love acting and movies and theater and stuff like that. But I decided to take care of people and sing to people instead. I guess that's a form of entertainment, right?
Form of entertainment, taking care of people and singing to people. Yes, it is. No doubt about it, too. And we all need more great people like Miss Sandee June out there, too. For more information, SandeeJuneMusic.com. And, of course, check out Rolling Strong across all those digital streaming platforms. See, it's always easy when you guys come on here on WSM AM 650, the home of the Grand Ole Opry, and just make some new fans. That's what we do here on the show, too. Always appreciate you being a great and faithful, loyal person here to the program, too. Love getting your music out to all the fans at the same time. And, again, SandeeJuneMusic.com. Appreciate you being here, and got many more of these to come, no doubt.
Thank you so much, Brandon. And don't forget, listeners, check out my YouTube video on Rolling Strong.
And, of course, tomorrow morning is Coffee, Country, and Cody, so wake up with them. A great program to have during the weekdays. And we'll see you guys with more great episodes coming up over the next few Sundays. A great guest to line up, a great guest list we have for you here, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com out there, the Backstage Pass. Give us a like on social media. We'll see you guys next Sunday, too. God bless. Take care.